Hello everyone. This video was shot about the Skylight issue a little over a year ago. It was right after we purchased our brand new Transcend Explorer 315 BH, and just like our previous camper, the Skylight was leaking in the living room. About 2 weeks later, the shower skylight started to leak as well, and when we originally use Icon skylights, had good luck with them in the past and other people's campers and stuff, but they weren't available for the first one, so we did get one that was compatible. Anyway, we had a lot of questions regarding this from people and forums and stuff, so we decided to go ahead and make this video and share our experience. Thank you, and hope you enjoy. So we had our camper, excuse our mess too, because we're actually in the process of getting this thing all set up and getting some stuff installed and everything. But right down here, there was a wet spot last night. We were at home. We parked the camper up here in a campground, and it's sitting up here while we're getting everything ready. And lo and behold, I took the shroud off because the water couldn't come from anywhere else. I pulled it up. There was just a wet spot right there. It wasn't coming from anywhere, and I just assumed, because we had problems before, and I don't know, because we got sun glare, how well this is going to come out. But right there, we've got a crack, and actually, if I look real close, I can see daylight. Okay, and you know why that is, which we'll show up top in a little while. When we get up there, I got to put some Eternabond tape on here and get it, but it's going to keep expanding. The screw right here is way too tight. Now, these Skylights are not the best in the world. They're really, really thin. These are really cheap Skylights. I actually found this one that was very compatible to this for like 30 bucks. Okay, now this is under warranty, but as you can see, I tried to see what that was at night because I couldn't figure out what it was, but I kind of assumed what it was. But this line here, that's just Dicor that they ran across the Skylight. Didn't even bother to try to clean it up or anything. So, and the other thing is when water comes down in here, what it did is it ran along this edge, and this was all wet, and it was dripping right in here. So we're going to fix this to where if this ever happens again, this wood doesn't get wet. I've dried out the wood now, and we'll get it all buttoned up, but we're going to fix this as well. And we're going to basically coat this all with Eternabond tape, make a seal, because your Skylights will leak. They're just crap Skylights, and as you can see right in here, this wasn't even done properly, but we'll these things are just slapped together. But anyway, we'll fix all that. So a lot of you are going to say, well, you know what, it's a brand new trailer, it's a 2023, it's 2 months old. Why don't you just take it into the dealership and have it covered under warranty? Well, we did that with our last one, and I can tell you, if you take anything to the dealership, it's going to be months before you get it back. The other thing is the dealership's not going to do the quality of job that you can do yourself. This isn't a difficult problem, and the other thing is they're going to put that cheap, crappy Skylight back in. So I'm going to order a better Skylight. When that comes in, we're going to Eternabond this. I'll try and get some footage of when we put this in, but I'm going to order a thicker Skylight, something a little bit better quality, and we're going to put this one in ourselves. This is just not, you know, I've done construction and built homes, and everything my whole life, and just the quality of craftsmanship, just and everything anymore is just not what it used to be. And when it's yours, you want to take that pride and just do it right, so it'll last a lot longer than what it normally would. I don't like skylights. I don't like skylights even in homes, because anywhere that you have a protrusion and a roof, it's a place for a leak. But they do allow quite a bit of light in, and we're going to just replace it with a new one. We're going to again fix this to where it doesn't have if it does leak again, it'll leak down into the cabin here, versus getting the wood and the insulation and stuff like that wet. Luckily the insulation and stuff wasn't wet, so we were good there, but the wood was. I've dried all that out now, so. So they didn't even use the screw holes for the...
No, I don't think so, because like that's the screw they used, but this black hole that's got gooky stuff coming out of it, there's a hole, yeah, and it's like tarry stuff up underneath.
That's that, yeah.
But it's all over, like every so often, like see?
So they didn't use the screw holes either.
There's a hole there and another one there that has, and another one there. So I don't think they used the holes that were there.
Which would also explain why it cracked.
Or a better explanation as to why it cracked.
Yeah. Okay. So here's our old skylight. We got it off. I don't know how well this is going to come out on camera, but you can see the spider webbing here. They didn't even use the correct holes. Here's the holes actually that came with the skylight. They just punched holes everywhere. So you can see here, and you can tell that they pushed it down too far, because you got spider webbing everywhere. Here's another one. They just put in a hole here. Didn't use this hole. Another one here.
Right there, because there's a hole. I mean, right next to it.
Yeah, there's a hole right there. Hole right next to it, and they just punched this in. All of this would have cracked. This is.
Did you see the new? Did you see the new crack?
Where?
Where's the old?
And this is straight from the factory, folks.
You'd have to flip it upside down, and then I can show you.
I'll move this razor blade. Well, it's cracked right there.
Guys, it's
there it is, right there.
That's the old one.
Oh, that's the one we taped.
That's the Dicor one. There's, I think it's over here somewhere.
But it would have eventually just cruising down the road. Look at that, man. How
Here.
Oh, yeah.
Right there was the
And these are all, this is stressed out because, as you can see that little indentation? That indentation, that indentation, that indentation. This is shoddy, bad craftsmanship. They just shot these things in, and you can see these are the holes that they're supposed to use. They just made them up as they went. Just shot them all through there.
Hey guys, it's self-made technician Lauren here to help you. If you need us, give us a call.
that's scary. But this is easy stuff. So here's the new one. We got it installed, and she's Dicor's still leveling out, so it's gonna look like crap for a little bit, but much better quality. I'm using some stainless steel screws, and got a little Vicor on it, but overall much better job. So we're real happy with that, and we'll let you know how this one does. Hey babe, what you doing up there? What could you possibly be on the roof for?
Another lovely roof leak.
Wow.
With the skylight busted to time.
Mechanic Lauren. RV Tech Mechanic Lauren.
Hire me. Give me a call.
Okay. And just as a disclaimer, Lauren is not actually an RV tech, but our ladder only holds...
That, you're crazy.
The problem is our ladder only holds up to 300 pounds, which means that for the most part...
The ladder, the roof.
The ladder says only 300 pound capacity, which is, I weigh more than 300 pounds, so that's why she's up here. So if the ladder only holds 300 pounds, I'd venture to say that the roof only holds 300 pounds. Lauren weighs less than that. But as you can see, if you want to point to it, I'm going to point to where the crack is.
So we initially thought it was just like this piece, but after ripping off the Dicor and the Eternabond, this one is busted really bad in this corner. However, this one is okay. This one's busted here.
Yeah, and this is because these screws are sunk way too tight. This one's sunk way too tight.
But it's not busted. That corner one is busted.
Busted way too tight.
And they don't use the holes that are provided, because if you look,
these holes are
right, because if you go back to this corner piece, I think if they would have used that hole, well, they still have it too tight. It's sunken in. It would have been okay, but
and you can see all the way through here that they put this in absolutely incorrect. This was done by somebody who either didn't give a or didn't know what the hell they were doing.
They're just in a hurry to get it done.
And Grand Design supposedly has these great quality control features and all this. I'm calling BS on that because
at least not on the skylights.
Yeah, that's exactly. So, and this is our second Grand Design product, both of which have the same issue. So,
and Bob is such a good teacher that when I Eternabond this, it's a son of a gun to try to take it off now. Just saying.
Oh, Eternabond's a bitch to get off anyway.
Even a Eternabond and then even this.
And I don't know if you can see that one in that back corner over there. Look how deep that one's sunken in over there. That is just bad craftsmanship. Or you can't even call it craftsmanship. That's amateur stuff here. So this is just poor quality. On the job site, I fire people for stuff like this. So this is just unacceptable. All right, they're not going to make that turn. Not making that turn. And sorry, Grand Design, to be so critical. We love your products, we honestly do. That's why we keep buying them. But you got to do something about the quality, okay? And that goes for all the manufacturers out there. You guys are charging an arm and a leg for these things, okay? And there's absolutely no reason for this, okay? That's amateur stuff. I mean, that's the basics. If you didn't do a good job on something that simple, come on. So. Well, and as you can see, just to show you here, that our ladder basically has a thing on here that says that nobody ever, basically it's got a 300 pound capacity. Well, I exceed that, so. Alrighty, so the Skylight is out. This is the one that came from the manufacturer. If you look really close, you can see that, how that's risen. This is where they put the screws in way too tight, and they didn't even bother to use the factory screws from the Skylight, okay, because there's a hole for the factory screw. Again, here's another one. As you can see that spider webbing around there? That's because they tighten these up way too tight. Here's another one. They basically did this all the way around. This is cracked and caused a leak. As you can see, this one, again, spider webbed, had another crack right here. It's cracked all the way down. and we'll go right along here, and you can see cracked here. Again, they didn't use any of the factory screws. Completely missed here. As you can see, completely missed. This is straight from the factory, folks. So again, we love Grand Design, really do like their product, but this is just you know, we don't get endorsed by anybody, and we call it the way we see it. So just is what it is. It's not a very good job. So here's our new Skylight. This is the Icon Skylight, much more durable. As you can see, this is one from the factory, and this is the difference. Okay, see how that's just puncturing in. Look at this one. I'm actually hitting this one harder and nothing's happening. This one here, not having to do anything really, just that's the difference in the one that came from the factory. The other thing is if you look, if I can get it at a good angle here, there's a world of difference in the thickness of these two. I'm trying to lay this one flat because it's the screws, but this one is the Icon is just a better product all the way around. The other thing is the Icon is probably about 110 bucks. If you're interested in this Skylight, this is standard 14 by 22 interior, the inside of it. This one is the factory. These are roughly 30 bucks. I have seen them for $19.99. They're just a cheaper grade. Just, you know, I'm not applying any pressure on this thing at all, but this is the impact that you have. This thing, you know, I've seen people stand on these. The other thing is I've installed a lot of these, you know, and they're still working. We haven't had any problems with these at all. They're just very, very, very good, very, very durable as far as a Skylight. You may pay more, but they're just a better product. And everybody's going to say, well, yeah, but you got an entry level. Okay, well, when entry levels cost as much as they do, okay, you tend to, you know, it doesn't really matter whether it's an entry level or not. Okay, and let's kind of debunk the entry level thing too, because this same Skylight is used in every single one of Grand Design's products. Okay, I have changed this same exact Skylight out, and their Solitude, which is their best-selling, and or not their best-selling, but their most expensive product. They use this same exact Skylight, and I can tell you we've replaced them, and that is the same cheap one. So it doesn't really matter whether you're in the entry level or not. And one good thing about Grand Design is that they use pretty much the same stuff on all their products. Okay, so that TPO roof that we have, which is very good TPO roof, okay, that's throughout their products. So they use that same roof on everything, and they use a lot of the same standard products on from their entry level on up. So that is one of the things that we like about them. And the only problem that we've ever had with Grand Design is these guys. Okay, and everybody we know that has them has the same problem, and it's not just Grand Design. I can tell you I've changed out some of these and some of the other manufacturers as well. So, but here we go. If you do get one of these, I do suggest that you monitor these Skylights on a regular basis, because they can cause a lot of damage, and water is not your RV's friend. So these things are not very expensive. They're not very hard to change out. And you can change this out in just a few hours. It takes more time to get this die core off than it does anything else. All right, so again, if you kind of want to know the thickness of the one that came off, let me grab something here that everybody can relate to. Okay, this is Dawn dish soap. Comes in a plastic container. Okay, that Skylight that came out of came off, the one that we took off, the one from the manufacturer, isn't much thicker than this here. It's probably maybe 2 to 3 times. Okay, the Skylight that we're putting on, because I couldn't really show you the thickness because the warped screw holes or whatever, but the Skylight that we're putting on the Icon is about an eighth of an inch in thickness, polycarbonate, and the one that we took off is, I'd say, roughly about a 1/16 of an inch thick. Okay, so which really is maybe 2 to 3 times this Dawn dish soap, and about the same thing. Okay, I can't cut. To give you another example is, if I took a razor knife to the new Skylight that we're putting in, I cannot cut through it. Okay, that's not going to happen. I think if I sit there and whittled long enough, you could, but the old Skylight that came from the manufacturer, I can slice right through that with a razor knife very easily. Okay, when you're sitting up under areas like we are right now, where and I'll turn this around so you can see, so as you can see, we have some really tall pine trees, and I don't know if you can see it or if it's coming out on here or not, but there's pine cones way up there. Okay, those pine cones fall, and they fall on your roof when you're camping. Sticks and things like that. Here's another one. Okay, those things fall on your roof. So we got the old Skylight out. And what are you doing?
Cleaning.
Yeah.
I am using denatured alcohol to clean any grit that might have been left over and the black sticky stuff, because you can't get it all off.
Yeah, it was like a butyl tape that they used, but you can't get it all off, but we're getting it down as
And
much
then
as
any
possible.
dirt or whatever that's...
And then we can actually see where she was leaking right in here, because
it puddling here, right?
Yeah.
But there's a water stain line all the way down, and then it gets really skinny, like just along where the caulking was, I guess.
And because we've had this problem before, we actually put a Eternabond tape on the inside, and that really saved us, because I took it down in some spots and the wood was fine, so no issues. So we put that on there just as a safety net, so that the water, if it did leak, would come into the inside of the camper, which it did. This came right into our shower.
If you give me the camera, I can kind of show them from up here.
Okay.
So all the gray stuff is where he had the, like, this is a Eternabond here, but he overlapped, and when he pulled it up there, the exposed wood, it was dry. So that was the saving grace.
Alright, there it is. There's the finished product. Put the die-core on there. We use some stainless steel screws, and we're just waiting for this thing to level out overnight, but it should solve our problem. I will have to order a new insert for the inside. Our old one, the inner dome, will not fit, so, but because it's so close to this edge. So pardon me, air conditioner just kicked on, but Skylight replacement.